Hey everybody, how to get rich starting from $0 as a YouTuber. I'm gonna break it down right now. If this is something you want to hear about, do me a favor, like this video, consider sharing it with somebody else who needs to hear it on today. All right. And so I think as a YouTuber and as a content creator in general, we have a unique opportunity to create riches and wealth like never before. It's expected that our creator economy is going to grow by at least double the size in the next 3 years. And so if you think about how many content creators are actively making millions of dollars shooting content just like this, understand that that opportunity is getting ready to double in the next 3 years. So that's a short window, a small short window that you have to capitalize right now. And that's probably why you're watching this video. Okay, so how do you do it? What do you practically do? What are the steps? I'm going to try to give you my best piece of information and advice of what to do in your situation, especially if you're starting from zero. Okay, and so the first thing that you want to do is you want to start by giving value. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Your first step has to be give value. You see that there's a certain law that governs how most of us operate, which is called the law of reciprocity, which means, unless you're a sociopath, that if somebody does something nice for you, you feel compelled to do something nice in return. Okay? And so again, unless you're some type of psychotic person, which I will pray for you, but the average person, you know, if somebody's done something good for you, it's like you feel like, man, I got to do something in return. And so even if it's a small thing. And so what you want to do, understanding this psychological principle, is you want to focus on how much can you give away for free without any expectation of anything in return. So every one of your YouTube videos should be packed with value, that the person can walk away and do a thing, that they can walk away and get a specific result from the content that you're sharing. Their life can be changed. Their mindset can be changed. Something is altered inside of them. Okay? And so you want to give. This is counterintuitive, especially if you're selling something, right? Value and money are connected, right? And so most people understand that if you want to actually make money, at some point you're going to have to sell something. And so a lot of YouTubers are in the knowledge business where they sell information, myself included. And so a long time thought that I had that if I were to give away my most valuable information, my most valuable pieces of content that could help somebody, why would they pay me? And what I've learned over the last, I would say 2 years, that's helped change my mindset and allowed me to give and share more, is the fact that there's a lot of people putting a lot of information out on YouTube, right? So some of the things that you think are the most valuable, there's probably somebody already sharing that for free. And so these days, what I charge people for is not necessarily the information itself, but the implementation of it. Because most people can go on YouTube and find out what it is that you teach, what it is that you help people with for free. However, it may take them years to cultivate all of that information. It may take them months and months of long hours to figure out how can I shortcut this process? And so part of my business model has switched to really trying to think about what I do as a coach as helping a person implement what I've already given them for free on the channel. Okay, so that has to be the first at the forefront of your mind. What can I give away? And give away your best stuff. I've also learned that as you give away your best stuff, your capacity to receive more information, better and more useful information, will start to grow. So what I thought in a previous season was my best, most guarded secrets of how to grow on YouTube, how to get more subscribers, how to get more watch hours, that stuff is old and outdated now. And what I've learned since then, because I've emptied my cup with teaching people what I've been doing over the last year and two, I've grown so much more. Okay, so give your best stuff away. All right. The second thing that you want to do as a YouTuber, this is going to sound selfish, but you have to think about it from a business standpoint, is you're going to have to start optimizing your content for revenue per 1,000 impressions. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You're going to have to start optimizing your content for revenue per 1,000 impressions. If your goal is to get rich, then you have to actually align your strategy with the goal, right? And so one of the things that I tell people to do is to have a channel that talks about finance or something related to marketing, business, because of the simple fact that these are some of the highest RPMs that you're going to get. On my Christian faith channel, where I'm walking and I'm doing Christian content, the average RPM that I get is around $5 per 1,000 impressions. And when I talk about finance, sometimes I'm getting $30, $40, $50 per 1,000 impressions. So if the goal is to get rich, I'm telling you, talk about rich types of content. And so again, it doesn't necessarily have to be limited to finance. However, you want to find something that is going to pull in a higher RPM than a lower RPM, because most people, the average person, you're not going to be Mr. Beast. You're not going to have, a team of people. Obviously, this video is talking about how to get rich from $0. You're not going to have like the best editors. You're not going to have the best thumbnail designers. So you're going to have to compete on the amount of views that you're currently getting, which is probably not. And so you want to optimize every single view that you get based on revenue. And so the third point is how to get rich as a YouTuber is you want to start making longer content. Okay, so there's a couple obvious reasons why you want to make longer content, but I'm going to explain them. So one of the reasons why you want to make longer content is so that you have the opportunity to put more ads in your content. Again, I'm talking to content creators who want to get rich. So please don't judge me. All right. So I wouldn't be putting out videos that are less than 8 minutes, and I would be shooting for at least 11-minute videos. I found that this is a sweet spot where you can optimize the number of ads that you're putting in the video without it being so invasive that people don't watch the content, because how long people watch the content is going to determine how many people actually get to see it. So you have to find this balance of making the content long enough where you can optimize how many ads you show, the type of ads that are shown, with the audience wanting to be retained and watch the video all the way to the end. Okay, so that's another one. The second reason why is that typically, if you want to get rich, you're going to have to sell something that's going to be expensive to your audience. I mean, it just makes common sense. I read N.T. Harv Eker's book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and I can't remember specifically where this was in the book, but it talked about people who said out of their mouth that they wanted to create millions of dollars, but they don't even have a product that's $1,000 or $10,000. And so sometimes like the goals that we have don't line up with the strategy. And so you want to make sure that your goals and your strategy actually can meet somewhere in the middle. So if you're going to be selling an expensive product that's $1,000 or more, typically people have to watch 6 to 7 hours of your content to make the buying decision to spend over $1,000 with you. Okay. And so what you want to do is you want to start creating bingeable content that has some type of flow and some type of structure that is not disjointed, but where they can learn more about you, right? So like part of the reasons why we do some of these walking channels is like you get to learn more about who Ryan is, me, the person. I live here in Las Vegas. I live in a very affluent neighborhood, $1 million homes. And so part of the strategy in doing the walk-in videos is you get to learn more about me. And as we travel through different places in Las Vegas together, then psychologically the bond and connection should be growing. Okay, now those are some very advanced tactics. I can go a little bit more in depth what I mean by the psychology. We're going to start talking more about psychology. I think if you want to get rich, then prioritizing understanding how to influence people, prioritizing understanding how human behavior works, prioritizing understanding how human psychology works should be at the top of your priority list. One book that I can recommend to you right now is the book called Influence by Dr. Robert Cialdini. It's a book called The Psychology of Persuasion. And basically, I don't want you to think about it as manipulation, but what I want you to think about it is if you understand how the human brain works, then you can work in conjunction to put out content that's going to help your end audience make the decision that they know or that they say that they want to make. Most of your audience want to get better at a particular type of skill. Some of those skills may be talking to women, getting better at business, becoming a YouTuber. I don't know what it is that you help people with, but whatever you help people with, you're gonna need to understand how to influence them to be able to help them better. And so I'm gonna shut up right now. I think I've given you guys enough. If you start with these things, give value, have a premium value product that you sell, focus on building a relationship through longer content on the platform, optimize the content for revenue per 1,000 views, then if you focus on those 4 things and consistently produce those 4 things over time, then you're going to obviously be able to make a higher income. So with that being said, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.